Hi, this is Jeff with Game-Refraction. I'm here at the first annual Red Deer Expo. I'm here with artist Kyle Charles. Thank you very much for the interview. So, what got you started into drawing comics, or even art in particular?
Just as a kid, I was really interested in what my brother used to do. He used to draw comic books, and from there I just started drawing comic books too. So pretty much whatever he did, I did. So.
Nice. Were there a lot of inspirations that got you into the drawing? Things that got you over like a drawer's block, or?
Yeah, just comic books itself. I had access to a lot of them when I was a kid. My Uncle Jim owned like boxes and boxes of comics, and I just would sit in his room, read books all day. I had two very, very supportive parents who would buy me art supplies, buy me comic books and that kind of stuff. This is what I love. It's what I always did. As far as like blocks go, it's just you can't rely on an inspiration. You've got to go and do it yourself. You've got to create that from within. So I try and just always like fight through those blocks. Just draw and draw and draw and draw.
What has been the basic medium that you kind of kept to? Just straight pencil and ink?
Yeah, I love traditional medium. Pencil on paper, ink on paper. For me, you just can't beat it. It's I don't mind digital stuff, but there's something about holding it after you're done, and the whole process is just more interesting than that.
What have been some of the characters that you've enjoyed drawing the most? Either yourself, your like characters that you've designed, or just going like mainstream and doing like Ninja Turtles or DC villains?
Well, like the first things I started drawing were Spider-Man and the Ninja Turtles, and I never kind of stopped loving those books. And but recently, like for my own stuff, I don't really draw superhero stuff.
Yeah.
It's like horror, science fiction, that kind of stuff.
What has been your favorite?
If you are the proud owner of a gold or concierge pass, please make sure to swing by the Expo store to redeem your credit. Again, if you are the holder of a gold or concierge pass, please make sure to swing by the Expo store to redeem your credit. Thank you.
Alrighty. So, what has been your favorite work so far that you've done yourself?
I mean, hopefully as an artist, it's whatever you drew last.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what it is for me. You know, like I try and do something better than what I did before. I think I've been fortunate enough to be able to do that so far with each volume of 68 or Roche Limit, whatever it might be. But yeah, I've been happy with what I did on Magnetic, which is the third volume of Roche Limit.
Are there a lot of artists or writers that you've been able to work with that years ago they were either inspirations to you, or?
Yeah, recently I just got to do a story in Heavy Metal, the recent issue of Graham Morrison taking over as editor-in-chief.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and like he's my favorite writer, hands down. He's written some of my favorite books, my favorite stories, and being able to be within the same pages as him and have him greenlight our work was like a highlight that will be very hard to top, unless it's like directly just working from the script,
Nice.
which will hopefully be someday.
What have been some of your favorite comic books, or even like arcs or runs?
I'd say my favorite book of all time is 100 Bullets. I just think the way the writing and the art work together it's really hard to top that pairing. Lately, I've just been collecting more heavy metals again for Mobius and Kabbalah, like a lot of European stuff. Other than that, I haven't really been reading too much books lately.
Do you do a lot of coloring yourself, or what are some of the other colors that you worked with that you really enjoyed, how they complement your work?
Yeah, I think I've been pretty fortunate. Jay Photos, who colored 68, he's an old pro, and I was brand new, so it was great to have a guy kind of know what to do with my work. And I wouldn't even have to tell him like what I was thinking. He would know, like just certain push and pull and depth of field and all that kind of stuff. He knows what to do, and yeah, that's invaluable to have somebody treat your work so well and respectfully.
Nice. What has been your favorite script to adapt?
It's definitely, for me, it's Roche Limit Clandestiny. Had a lot of fun drawing that book. It got really weird and experimental, and the story itself was like a really big mind trip, you know. And I think we hit a good stride of like where the story was getting really weird, and you're questioning the reality of that world, and the art was starting to translate that visually, you know. Yeah, I feel really fortunate to be able to work on that book. That was a lot of fun.
Is there some of your work that you prefer kind of staying like black and white, or some stuff that you feel works really better in color?
No, I'd say like I definitely have work that I'm like, I wish that would remain black and white, for sure. More of a fan of black and white. Like I'm coloring as I color some stuff right now.
Yeah.
Like obviously color is another layer, you know, to the art. But there are definitely some certain pieces like this one right here I feel works really well black and white, which is you know, zombie print, old school kind of shit. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, I don't know. It's hard to tell, and it's nice when you get pleasantly surprised if somebody else colors your stuff and like does something you wouldn't have thought of. And you're like, oh, nice. Like I don't know. But yeah, I definitely prefer black and white.
And where can people find you working right now?
I work out of Edmonton. I just finished my run on Roche Limit, which is at Image Comics.
Okay.
And like I said, I was just in the recent issue of Heavy Metal, and currently just going to be working on some pitches and hopefully have some books out pretty soon.
Nice. Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem.
Enjoy the rest of the expo.